Well, good morning, church. 1 John chapter 4, verse 4. Good friend of mine in Georgia, pastor friend Glenn, sent me a picture devotion yesterday that I loved so much, and I told him I was going to share it today. 1 John chapter 4 says, "You are from God, little children." It says, "You have overcome them, because greater is he who is in you than he who is in the world." That's New American. Then New Century says, "My dear children, you belong to God and have defeated them," the enemy, those who are of Satan, called the people of the Antichrist sometimes. He says, because of God, you have defeated them, because God's Spirit who is in you is greater than the devil who is in the world. The Amplified says, "Little children, believers, dear ones, you are of God, and you belong to Him and have already overcome them, the agents of the Antichrist, because he who is in you is greater than he, Satan, who is in the world of sinful mankind." In math class, we had to learn how to use the greater than symbol as kids. We all had to learn that, and we were taught to use that the greater than symbol, which is just the head of an arrow, I always call it, that the opened end always faces the larger number. That's how you use it in math. And so 100 is greater than, big open end at the 100 is greater than 25, and the point of the arrow is at the 25. That's how we determine those things. The large end always faces the greater value. And in higher math class, they used to try to stump you. Remember this in higher math class? Instead of just using common numbers that we can figure out, you got to say, well, the cubed root of some number, cubed root of 300, is greater than, and then they would, put another number on the other side that you had to do the math computations on, and you had to figure out which number is greater. And I think the point of the devotion that I read yesterday, at least the thing I gleaned from it, was the God who dwells in us is greater than anything. So you can't put something on the other side of the formula that you could be wrong. God is greater than anything. If you put this formula together, God followed by the greater symbol, with it pointed towards anything, nothing is greater than God. So He's always the greater, which means He who lives in us through Jesus Christ. Colossians says Jesus dwells in us, and then the Holy Spirit Himself dwells in us. We were given the Holy Spirit as our counselor, our guide, and our helper to help us remember all the things of God. He who dwells in us is greater than anything in this world. So we can overcome. We can literally overcome our enemies. We can overcome the tempter. We can overcome trials. We can overcome suffering, all because Christ and God live within us. We are the victors at the end of the day. Greater is He who is in me than he who is in the world. And I pray you'll live with that understanding today, that you'll live with the hope, the strength, and the victory that comes with that truth. 1 John chapter 4, verse 4. I love that passage. You guys meditate on it today, and we'll see you back soon.